Talk about what is Boto3 and what is the use case of Boto3 and how to do the setup of Boto3. Okay, so Boto3 is the important library like Python library which provides a Python API for AWS infrastructure services using the SDK for the Python. You can build the application on top of any AWS of services. Okay, so SDK in the sense software development kit. So what we are going to do, we will create the Python script to interact with our AWS services. So it is very important for DevOps, SRE, and platform engineers. So in here this is the official documentation of our Boto3. So here it's mentioned like how to install the Boto3, how to set up the Boto3 to interact with our AWS packages. So what we are doing, we are writing the uh, a Python script to interact with our AWS services. We are automating our day-to-day tasks like starting and stopping the EC2 instances, creating S3 buckets, or so many tasks as there are writing any set of instructions which you want to perform with the help of Lambda. We are using event breeze to automate our tasks. Okay, for that we required Boto3. So Boto3 setup, I have created one readme file, you can see here. So this readme file I have mentioned all the steps which you have to perform to do the setup. So let's go through one by one. So the first prerequisites is to installing the first of all, Python should be available in your system, and the Python version should be 3.6 or later. Version should be installed in your system. And second prerequisite should be you should have AWS account, and you need to create a user, IAM user, and just generate the just assign the necessary permissions and generate the access key and secret ID, so that those access key and secret ID we will configure in our local system. So for configuring that we need AWS CLI as well. Okay, so install the AWS CLI as well. Okay, so to set up the Boto3, suppose you install the Python. Okay, after Python, pip is the package manager of the Python. So using the pip you can install the Boto3 and configuring the AWS credentials like access key and secret ID which we have created previously. So with the help of AWS configure command, you can run your you can pass your access key and secret ID. So once you will run the AWS configure command, it will be asked following details like access key ID, secret access key, and reason and format output. If you are not providing any format output, the JSON will be the default format. And reason in the sense, in which reason, if you are not defining any reason, which reason your API Boto3 APIs will interact with your services. And access key and secret ID is the programmatical access of your AWS user. Okay, and if you want to do the manually you can edit these credentials files. So whenever you will run this AWS configure file, internally what it is doing, it is creating two files, credentials and config, inside the .aws folder. Dot in the sense, if any file or folder start with dot, that is called like hidden file or hidden directory. So here you can see default is nothing but it is kind of profile. So suppose you have multiple AWS account, in such a case you can define your profile here. And while calling, suppose you have dev environment, stage, and production environment, so which AWS credentials you want to call, you can specify the profile. Okay, and here you can pass the access key and secret ID and reason and output format. And suppose you done all the setups, so for verifying the installation, you can test, you can write a small script like you can see here. I have mentioned like with the help of Boto3, I imported Boto3, and we are going to list all the S3 buckets which are available in your AWS account. So first of all we have to create the client here we have to pass the service, which service you want to interact with, and response we are storing. And here you can see, with the help of for loop, we are printing the name of our all S3 buckets. And second option is also available. So what you have to do, you have to create a virtual environment. Inside the virtual environment, you can install the whatever modules are required. So what is the benefit of this virtual environment? So uh, suppose you created one virtual environment. Inside that virtual environment, you are going to run pip install Boto3 or any module of the Python. So that module will be installed in that virtual environment itself. Okay, it will not hamper your whole system. Okay, so this is the main advantage of your virtual environment. And last here, you can see here I have mentioned like Boto3 official documentation and AWS CLI guide. I will paste this readme file in description. You can follow the steps over there. Yeah, thank you guys. That's it in this video. We'll see you in next video. Thank you. Have a good day.